The garden and the choice in the beginning. When the earth was still young and untouched, God formed a man from the dust of the ground. He breathed into him the breath of life, and the man became a living being. His name was Adam. God placed Adam in a garden unlike any other, the Garden of Eden. Rivers flowed with crystal water, trees bore fruit in every color and taste, and the air was filled with the song of creation. God said to Adam, "You may eat freely from every tree in the garden, but from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you must not eat, for in the day that you eat from it, you will surely die." Adam tended the garden with joy, but God saw that it was not good for man to be alone. So he caused Adam to fall into a deep sleep. From each side did God form a woman, Eve. When Adam awoke and saw her, he said, "This is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh." And they lived in harmony, walking together with God in the cool of the evening. There was no shame, no fear, no sin, only peace and love. But among the trees of the garden was one creature unlike the others, the serpent, cunning and deceitful. One day, as Eve wandered near the forbidden tree, the serpent spoke. "Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden?" Eve replied, "We may eat from the fruit of the trees, but God said, you must not eat from the tree in the middle of the garden, nor touch it, or you will die." The serpent's voice turned soft and persuasive. "You will not surely die, for God knows that when you eat from it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." Eve looked at the fruit. It was beautiful, glowing under the sunlight, promising wisdom and mystery. Desire stirred in her heart. She took the fruit, tasted it, and gave some to Adam, who ate it as well. In that instant, their eyes were opened, but not to glory, to guilt. They looked at one another and realized they were naked. Shame filled them, and they sewed fig leaves together to cover themselves. When they heard the sound of God walking in the garden, they hid among the trees. "Adam," God called, "where are you?" Adam answered, "I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." God asked, "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree I commanded you not to eat from?" Adam said, "The woman you gave me, she gave me the fruit, and I ate." Eve said, "The serpent deceived me, and I ate." Then God spoke judgment. To the serpent, he said, "Cursed are you above all creatures. You will crawl on your belly and eat dust all the days of your life." To Eve, he said, "I will greatly increase your pain in childbearing. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you." To Adam, he said, "Because you listened to your wife and ate from the tree, cursed is the ground because of you. Through painful toil you will eat of it all the days of your life. For dust you are, and to dust you shall return." God made garments of skin for them and clothed them with compassion, though their disobedience had brought death into the world. Then he placed a mighty angel at the east of Eden, holding a flaming sword to guard the way to the tree of life. And so Adam and Eve left the garden, the paradise they once called home, stepping into a world that would never be the same. Yet even then, God's love remained, for from their line would one day come redemption, a promise that sin and death would not have the final word. Moral of the story: disobedience separates humanity from God, but his mercy endures. Even in the fall, his plan for redemption began.